All right. Hey guys, how you guys doing? We are live today. We are live. Coach Carlos here, as well as Coach Bridget.
Hi, everybody.
Good morning. We've had a pretty good week, guys. So we just want to go ahead and set you guys up with our weekly recap. We did miss you guys last week because we were down in Florida for our continued education for our summer camp, prepping for our summer camp for 2022. So we weren't able to run our weekly recap last week, but we got you guys in today. We're going to kind of do a recap of the week and what's to expect for this upcoming week that we have coming up as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let Coach Bridget get started with the weekly recap for after school in Camillus. I'll do a recap for Liverpool, and then we'll move on to our next thing.
Awesome. So in Camillus, it went super great this week. Our sport, we're still working on basketball. I was loving this week watching the drills that the kids were doing. They're doing pretty well with their fundamentals. We worked a lot on passing, the chest pass and bounce pass. The kids are kind of getting the idea that when you do a bounce pass, we got to get the ball about 3/4 of the way to the other people. So like muscle memory starting to kick in. So we're able to do passing on the move now. That was really awesome to see. Our older kiddos have been all along doing a great job with that. It was awesome to see our kindergartners, first and second graders kind of getting that down and really able to use those skills that they've been working on in more of a movement and like a real life scenario type of thing. Yeah. I see a lot of improvement in their dribbling. It's so awesome to just see their fundamentals growing and coming along as the month goes on. They're really working hard, and it's awesome.
So just to recap, I'll just kind of give a little insight. Mm-hmm. You're coaching a basketball team, correct?
Yeah, I coach with Jack's basketball. I have played a lot of basketball and helped coaching basketball. It's a lot of fun. Okay. So, and we use a lot of that with our youth basketball programs that we're doing as well. What is
the age group that you coach, and when do you coach, and what is it that you're doing?
So I'm just volunteering to coach on like a first and second grade team for little boys. So it's a lot of coaching at that age level. There's a lot of like classroom management skills that are involved in that as well. But I'm someone that believes that kids right off the bat, it's really important for them to learn the right way to do it. So let's start off, let's learn muscle memory, let's incorporate it so they can really build on their skills. So that age level is so important for them to learn the technique and to be encouraged that they can do it. And when they see that they can do it, the look on their face is just amazing to see when they're like, wow, I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. And so we really push that, hard work does what? Oh, it pays off. Because they are able to see it and at that age level, they're so excited. So it's awesome.
So when you have that experience and you've seen kind of the growth in the kids that you're working with for your basketball team, you know that it's possible that it can happen with the kids in our actual program as well.
Oh, absolutely. For me, they were looking for coaches. And it was like a no-brainer. Like, wait, this is what I do, right? This is my thing. This is what I like to do. There's no reason I can't go and coach this team because this is what I enjoy doing. I enjoy teaching kids the fundamentals as that's what I like to do in a classroom. That's what I like to do coaching. I like to give them something, have them work at it, and really that look on their face when they figure out how to do it or they improve. It's what it's all about. It's awesome. It's really cool.
Okay. And did they do their education words this week?
Yep. So we've got charisma. So we had a lot of fun with charisma, especially like with Valentine's week going on this week. It was also random act of kindness day on Thursday. So, that's my favorite thing too. So we kind of incorporate all of those things into the week. My very favorite thing about charisma is one of our first graders was like, it means you have an amazing personality. And then we kind of, and that they, we went off of that and about what the things you can do to make people smile. How does it make you feel when you see that you're making a difference with someone, when you're kind to them and you make them feel included, not just how they feel, but how do you feel as well? Like, look, I feel awesome when I see that I made that person smile and really making those connections. It's been a lot of fun.
That's great. That's great. And I saw Coach Debbie as well as Coach Rachel in Liverpool who has put together some pretty good arts and crafts for them to be able to do.
Oh, so absolutely.
Engaged in that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's been a lot of fun. Yeah. The kids are loving it.
All right, so I'll just recap Liverpool. Our Ninja Tricks program is going really well still. We do that class on Mondays and Wednesdays. Excuse me. at 4:15 from 14 to 5. We do have the opportunity where we are able to pick kids up from the schools. And then parents are able to come pick them up after their class, and or parents can actually drop the kids off. So it's not necessarily the after school program, but it's within the after school program as to us a option or a class that we provide during during the week. And then our Tuesday and Thursday, they had their basketball training as well as their charisma. So they work on the charisma with Coach Rachel, as far as the education as that goes. And then their basketball, they work on their basketball dribbling skills as well as some shooting skills as well in Liverpool. So that had been going well. Just getting the kids to understand the fundamentals of how to dribble the ball, how to dribble with both hands, right and left, how to cross the ball over from one side to the other, things like that. So they have been doing really well with that this week. And then again, as we said earlier, Coach Rachel did a great job with just the arts and crafts and creating things for them. The kids really, really enjoy that part of their week as well. So that is the weekly recap for Liverpool and our after school program. I'm going to go ahead into the weekly recap for our martial arts classes. This week, the kids were working on, it's a little change this week because last week I knew that I was going to be going out of town for this for the development that I had to do. So we had to change some of the schedule. So for our basic skills, these guys worked on did they work on their control? I'm sorry, one second. I believe they worked on their control as far as their basic movement forward and back. And then our older guys worked on their perseverance, which is so the little guys worked on their fitness too. So everyone did fitness this week. So our basic skills did fitness this week. So they had to do a certain set of push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and I believe I had them doing lunges as well, just getting to understand the mechanics of moving forward, how to drop the knee, things like that. So they did the fitness stuff this week for our basic skills, and then for our elite, our core skill, they were focusing on their perseverance, which is their strength training as well. Certain numbers of push-ups, sit-ups, squats they had to do as a group. So they were able to do that. And again, we set them as numbers now. So now we want them to actually have a goal that they're reaching for, as opposed to just, randomly just doing, for 10 seconds or 1 minute, whatever. We want them to reach a goal. So we had them breaking down into different groups and different segments as to how they'll reach that goal and what their numbers are. So as we continue to progress throughout the rest of the training block, we're going to add these as a part of their warm-up. So they're not just going to do just like some of the creative warm-ups that we do. They're going to do these specific warm-ups to kind of help them build to be able to grow in when it comes time for the belt graduation. They could do the accomplished required exercises that they need to do for their group. And then our extreme skills group, we were focusing on their instinct, which is their ground fighting, some of the ground fighting, kicking and striking and movement from the ground. So that was what they worked on this week, which was good. And our older guys, our elite guys, were working on some more of their ground skill techniques as well. Just working into, ground controls, as well as a full mount position, as well as how to do side control with arm locks and things like that. So it was a pretty good week as far as that goes. And everyone did a really good job, and coaches did a great job as well. A big shout out to Coach Emily. She had the opportunity this week to lead part of the basic skills class. She did a phenomenal job. So it was really awesome to see her kind of grow into who she's become. She's been with us since she was in first grade. And now she's in sixth grade. So, that's 6 years in the program, ideally. And she's just really been a total rock star for us. So we're really excited for her and just what her future holds for our program. And all of our other coaches are doing a great job as well, as far as, just stepping up to the plate and learning and growing. We have continued our education training for them on Monday nights. So usually on a Monday night, they all will stay to about 8:30 with me after the last class, and we just go over things that we want to see them be able to improve on so they can provide the highest quality of instruction to our families. So very, very excited about that. That was I'm sorry, I forgot to do my thing. There it is.
There we go. I didn't want to interrupt.
That was part of my week there. I'm going to let you go ahead and go into our parents' night out that we had this Friday, and then we'll start heading into next week.
Sure. So Friday night was a huge hit. World of Wizards Parents Night Out. The kids had a blast. Now, this event in Camilla's, it was really cool because the kids, it sold out in under 48 hours. We had to open up more spots, and it closed out again right away. The kids were talking about it for weeks. I have a couple kids that literally like every day asking me how many days left, everything. And it did not disappoint. They had so much fun. I took a ton of videos and pictures. I posted some of the pictures, but
Yeah.
there's more to come. The videos are where it's at. They're really fun to watch them, everything that they were doing with their spells and with their wands and all these different things. They were into character. We broke the kids up into 2 different houses by age group as well. So they had their house, and they were working together with their house. And whether it was their close friends or new friends, they were working together. They're all having fun with one another. So that part, watching, was amazing. There was after school kids. There were new kids that were brand new. There were karate kids. There were kids from everywhere working together, and it was a lot of fun. And we have a few people that are asking that didn't get into that one about Liverpool. We do have a few spots left in Liverpool for our March 4th Parents' Night Out. If your kids weren't able to come to Camilla's, I would definitely look into signing up. There's a few spots left. It's going to be the same activities. Liverpool's awesome though, because it's just a different, we have different equipment out there, right? So even though a lot of the same activities, we've had kids do multiple, like both locations, Parents' Night Outs as well, because when you do it in Camilla's, we have it one way, we modify it for Liverpool, for what we have out there. So we've had kids do them both. If you didn't do it, this is definitely one that definitely check out. Everybody had a blast, so that was really cool.
The other great thing too is that it's literally less than a 15-minute drive to get to our location, the other location. You take 690 West, you get on John Glenn, you make a left on 57, and we're literally like 2 minutes from that light on 57 when you make that left. So it is not that. It's not, when people think Liverpool, they're like, oh, Liverpool, I don't know, it's so far away. It's really not.
And there's a ton of restaurants out there, and there's so much to do. So come on out, bring the kids, and then have 3 hours to yourself out there.
They literally have a Twin Trees right across the street from us, right?
Liverpool has everything.
Avacoles is up the street.
Oh, Avacoles,
yeah. So they have a lot
all the way up 57 down 31. There's so much to do in that area. So
isn't the retreat out there too?
The retreat's right in the village. So that's about 5 minutes from the retreat. So everybody loves the retreat.
Cool. So I mean, just a lot of great opportunities for parents to be able to kind of have a good night out. As well as just being in a different environment for themselves as well, right? Ideally, when we have in the Camillus, you're probably going to one of the places that you normally would go to within the area. It gives you a chance to kind of explore some of the other opportunities that we have in our communities, and just kind of support other small business too, right? So that's a great opportunity for parents if they choose to do it.
Absolutely.
So just kind of real quick, I just want to go back on Parents Night Out. One of the things that's really great about our Parents Night Outs is, when you see the title and you kind of get what it is, it's always a parable to something that people know, right? So the World of Wizards is ideally a parable to like the Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
Now, can't call it Harry Potter because of copyright friend and all that stuff that comes with copyright and all that type of stuff. So, so we do events, we base them and they're based off of certain type of thing that the kids already know, right? So we did this one, we did the World of Wizards. The last one, what are we doing the last one again? What was the last one we did?
We did the night at the library. So there was a lot. Yep. And then before that, we did Saber Wars.
That one was a little different because it wasn't a parable to something that people already knew. But it still was a great adventure, right? So it becomes like an adventure through the night.
And the pirate aspect of that, the kids were all over that. There's a lot of different aspects.
The Saber Wars, obviously that's kind of like a lightsaber, just like a Star Wars type theme. We have one that's Infinity Wars or Infinity, that's kind of like the Infinite Power, it's called. Infinite Power is kind of based around the gems that you get from the Infinity Wars with the Avengers. We have a family one where it's called Family. What is it? The Super Family, and that's based off the Incredibles. So it's like really cool. Like some of the things that we have, it's all based off of these other parables that kids kind of know, and then we just bring that adventure into what it is, right? So some of the kids were coming in like, "Oh, are we doing Harry Potter? This Harry Potter that?" Well, it's not going to necessarily be Harry Potter, but we're going to bring you into the adventure and the creation of being a wizard. So I think that was really cool. There's a good number of kids that were there. They
absolutely,
time, which is always good. That's kind of our goal for them. And they were leaving wanting more.
Oh, everybody was talking to their parents. Everybody was happy. It was really a positive experience for
And
sure.
they made sure they did not forget their wands either. They kept
I
their
know.
wands. Some of them were coming back like, oh my
They
God.
love decorating them. They were
come
each,
back, get their wand.
yeah. I had my rainbow wand. It came home with me. So
Very good. Very good. Okay, so let's kind of go into what we got coming up this week.
all right. So this week we have Midwinter Break Camp. It's going to be a blast. We have a ton of fun stuff planned for it. We are going to have we have people registered for Camilla's and Liverpool. What we are going to do is we're going to bring our Camilla's campers. We're going to bus them out to our Liverpool location this week. And so the kids from Camilla's are going to be able to experience ninja tricks and all the cool things that we do out in Liverpool. I've been talking to parents of our regular kids that come to our camps and after school. The kids are so excited. They love our Camilla's campus, but it's something new and different for them, and it's a different experience. We're going to have be able to come together with different kids, so that always adds different things to the experience, right? Mm-hmm. So everybody who I told is super excited.
Yeah,
so yeah,
well, the kids are going to enjoy being on the bus, riding the bus over to the other school. Right? Just that part alone, they're going to be excited for that.
Right.
So
it's like a field trip every day. So it's cool, you know.
Yep. So it should be good.
And we are doing a field trip on Thursday. We're going to go to Flamingo Bowl. It's an optional field trip. It's a perfect winter activity. A few parents asked, well, the kids never bowled before. I'm like, well, that's cool. That's something new that they can experience, right? You're there with your friends. Well, there's bumpers if we need it. Some kids are really into bowling, and some kids want to hang out with their friends, and then they realize that this is something really fun, maybe type of thing. And that's what our camp's all about too, right? Is giving those kids a new experience. It's always the kids that say that they don't really like something that end up liking it the most. It seems, you know what I mean?
So because they just they can't identify what it is, right? They've
exactly.
Never done it before, they don't really understand it. So
yep.
So
that's gonna be super fun. And then we got a lot of other things planned. I've been talking to the coaches all week who are going to be working at the camp, and it seems like everybody is really wanting to be involved with planning, and they have this idea and that idea. So it's really cool, like to see all the coaches excited to bring this experience for the kids. You know what I mean? Everybody's a huge part of it.
That should be good.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. So at this time, we're pretty much sold out. We're going to sell that camp out. So we're going to lock in. I had one parent that asked about registration just the other day. We did have one more spot that opened up because someone had to pull out. So we opened that spot up to that person. But at this time, the camp is actually closed.
Yes.
So we just want to make sure everyone knows that that we won't have any more space starting tomorrow. We're excited about it. All right. So now our summer camp. I'll get into this one a little bit. So our summer camp in our Camilla's location is pretty much sold out. We have been reaching out to the families and our members that were looking to just buy a week. So with us having the families and members that buy a week, it really limited to how many spaces we have throughout our week. I believe week 9 and week 10 are sold out. I believe week 8 is sold out. And I believe one of the other two or three other weeks only have 4 spots left. This is just our members. So again, if you're a member in our program, you want to make sure that you are taking advantage of this, because once we sell out, we won't have a space for you, right? And we obviously want to take care of our people first before we open up to the public. And I believe Coach Lisa is going to be opened up to the public tomorrow. And she has a waiting list of people that have been waiting to get on this.
I talked to a couple members who are on trying to figure out the weeks, and I'm really encouraging them to today get on there. Let's get our weeks, because tomorrow it's gonna be open.
And I mean, in all honesty, we totally understand that it's hard to make the decision right now because summer's so far away, right? And you just haven't really made your submitted plans. But unfortunately, our spots have been such a hot commodity that we can't hold the spots, right? Because we have to fill it with staff. We got to fill it with all the activities and field trips and everything that we're going to do. So we need to make sure that we know who's going to be there, so we can kind of start making our other plans as we prepare for the event. So we really can't hold a spot and wait until, April or May if people are like, we want to lock in now, right? So that's kind of where we're at. And so again, for anyone that may not be able to get in, we truly apologize. I mean, there will be other camps throughout the community that you can go to. They just are not our camp. And we understand. It's not the same. We get it. But if you can get yourself locked in, guys, you definitely want to go ahead and do that ASAP, because we'll definitely sell out in Camilla's probably this week. With that being said, we do still have 10-week option over in Liverpool. We are
Yes.
literally at 50% capacity there now too. So we're a little over 50% sold out there. So we're getting really close to the number that we're going to try to cap out there. And remembering that the space is a little smaller than our space that we have in Liverpool. So our numbers will be different, right? As far as what we can cap out at. So we're a little bit over 50% sold out. We're getting close to open it up to the people that need weeks as well. But we just want to wait to see. Now, if someone in Liverpool and Camillus is like, hey, we need full 10 weeks of camp, or if we sell out of our individual weeks of camp and you want to take a camp week over in Liverpool, you're more than welcome to do that. So just because you're from the Camillus community doesn't mean you can't do summer camp. In our Liverpool community. Again, it's just a 16-minute drive, 16-minute drive that you will have to be able to kind of accommodate for.
And we had people do that last year for all 10 weeks. They were from Camilla. Actually, they were from all areas, but we did have a number of people for the full summer last year go from Camilla's easily back and forth. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's an opportunity for everyone that still, if we get to the point where we are sold out in Camillus and you do have the option of making that little 15-minute drive, you'll be able to hop into our Liverpool location. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Did I cover that?
And we do have classes still this week, Ninja Tricks and martial arts.
Yes, we do have our regular classes this week, guys. So again, even though with the holiday and the schools being closed, ideally for our program, we actually will be open. So just so you guys know, a heads up, and I just kind of future pacing everyone, we usually close for a week, 2 weeks out of the year. We close 4th of July week, and then we close Christmas break. So this is our evening martial arts. So like our winter break camp, even though there is no school during winter break time, we still have evening martial arts classes. And then even our spring break, when spring break is going on, we tend to always try to keep that week open for you guys as well. So just kind of giving you a heads up as far as that goes, so you know, and you can plan ahead as to when we will ideally close throughout the year. Okay. All right. I think that's it. We're looking forward to another great week. We're going to have a great camp this week, guys. Going to have a great experience for all the kids while they are out of school. And then we will go into our regular afternoon classes, our evening classes as well.
One thing I wanted to add too, especially times when we have week camps going on like this week, the best way to get a hold of us would be texting the 315-491-8822. When we do have kids all day, we love to answer the phone, but we can't always get to it. So if you just have quick questions or want to tell us you're not coming or something along those lines, a quick text, and then we can get back to you is the easiest way to get a hold of us, especially for these busy camp weeks.
Yeah. So even if someone needs Zoom, calling us during that camp time, before 4 o'clock is usually hard for us to respond to you right away. But if you shoot us a text, we can catch a text within the conversation or within our moments that we may have to let you know or let our staff know that you need to be set up. Okay. So if that was the case, again, guys, shooting a text, as Coach Bridge just said, is probably the best way to go with that, if you can make sure that happens. All right. Okay. I don't think I have anything else. Coach Bridget, you think you have anything else you want to add?
I'm good. We're cool. Looking forward to this week. Good. Yeah.
All right, guys. So again, this is just another week really recap from last week coming into this week and what we're looking forward to moving forward. All right, guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye now.
Bye, everyone.